Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India. Bhaktavijaya57. As you may remember, Kamal returned the diamond and made his father very happy. Pious clouds come rushing over the sea and drink the water of these stories. Then they go and rain down the water joy upon those who have become heated by the fever of this earthly existence. The favor of Sri Pandurang is the full moon, which when it rises in its love produces the tide on the limitless sea, a tide that cannot be resisted. He or she who will bathe in the sea of this book at the time of a festival, when a praise service is being held, will find severe diseases of this earthly existence certainly disappear. Kabir weeps at the sound of a grinding mill. Let the hearers now listen to the holy story of what happened. Once upon a time, the father of Kamal went into the bazaar at night. He was worshipping Sri Ram at that time and full of love. He took a veena in his hand and sang the praises of God in his sweet voice. He brought to his imagination the form of Sri Ram and sang with a heart full of love. His mind discarded desires, affections, honor, pride, and wrong wishes. He put aside egoism and the thought of I and thou, and gave himself up to contemplating Sri Ram. There was a grocer's wife in the bazaar, sitting there grinding. When the Bhakta Kabir saw her grinding, his heart was overcome with emotion. He stood there and wept aloud. The men and women in the bazaar, seeing him do this, laughed and wondered why he did so. One of them said to Kabir, "Why are you crying here? Who has been giving you trouble? Tell us." A great many people said the same thing to him, but he would not reply to any of them, for he thought to himself, these people cannot remove my sorrow. If one tells his grief to one already in sorrow, one feels his pain all the more. If a frog makes a friend of a serpent, the serpent will not give him the least joy. A wise pandit will not ask a drunkard any questions on good thoughts and morals, just as a thoughtful one will never take medicine from the hand of a sick one. Just as the chatak bird will not drink the water of the river, even if it be intensely thirsty, or as the chakor bird finds no satisfaction until the moon arises, or as an orator will never speak with love and enthusiasm to wicked and ignorant hearers, or as the royal swan will never bring to mind pearls made of quicksilver, or as when a twice-born, a Brahmin, seeing a monk at a distance will not pronounce a blessing, or as a clever and wise person will not talk in private with a reviler. So when these avaricious lovers of wealth asked Kabir that question, he would not give them any answer, but continued crying bitterly. The various classes of people said to one another, Kabir has gone crazy. He's crying for nothing in this bazaar. Kabir consoled by Nipat Niranjan. Just then a sadhu named Nipat Niranjan happened to come by there. He at once said to Kabir, "Why are you manifesting such grief?" When Kabir opened his eyes and looked, he saw an ocean of knowledge before him. Then, taking courage, he replied to him. He thought to himself, if I tell him the truth, he will remove at least part of my troubles. Thus thinking to himself, the Bhakta Kabir spoke as follows. A sick person feels great joy in his mind when telling of his pain to a good physician, just as a daughter-in-law does not hesitate to tell of her sorrows to her own mother. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.